Welcome to the finale of Pokémon Red. Yes, it's finally here. I'm going to be wrapping up a lot of loose ends. I did make the decision. I'm going to pick a team of 6 Pokemon, and I'm going to level all of them to level 100. It's going to take me forever. I'm not going to be showing that on screen. Even if I were to fast forward through it, I think it would bore most of you. So I'll just kind of edit to when I get to 100 for each of the Pokemon. Now, the team of 6 that I am picking is not going to be the most competitive Pokemon, the best Pokemon. They're just going to be my favorite ones, the ones that I most connect with and want to level up and have be part of my team. But that's how I'm going to be going about it, and I'll slowly reveal them one by one, starting with, of course, the Nidoking. Of course, he's been with me since the beginning. He's super versatile. He has a bunch of different moves that I can work with that affect a wide range of Pokemon: the Ice Beam, the Earthquake, the Horn Drill, which I might replace with Body Slam, the Thunderbolt. Just an overall great Pokemon. He's been with me on this adventure, and he definitely earned his spot in the final 6. I'm going to be leveling these Pokemon 2 at a time with the EXP all, so that way by the time I get one of them to level 100, the other one should be hopefully high level enough to solo through the Elite Four and level up the Pokemon behind him, if that makes sense. So the big reveal is that the second Pokemon on my team is going to be Mewtwo, and this is probably on everybody's team. Super overutilized. I don't like to do things that everybody else is doing, but Mewtwo is just a classic. He was my favorite Pokemon as a kid. He was always on my team. Definitely one of the strongest Pokemon, so I can't leave him out. He's got insane special attack and defense, insane speed, really good attack HP, just pretty much the best Pokemon in the game, second only to Mew. So he's going to be my second one. I'm going to be leveling these guys up. I'm going to run my timer to see how long it takes me. So beginning with Nidoking, starting at level 84, let's see how long it's going to take me to get him all the way to level 100. Now, throughout this episode, I'm going to be showing other things too. Once I level up all 6 members to 100, I'm going to be showing you a few Easter eggs, hidden secrets. I'm going to be showing you the diploma for getting all 151 Pokemon, which I of course did. And then I also promised to show you how to get every TM in the game. Now, I've picked up every TM that you can pick up, but there are a few missing, and those are the ones that you can get at the Team Rocket Game Center or the Celadon department store. I mean, they're there for the taking, but I want to physically show me buying them so I can technically say I got every TM in the game. So, along with a few other secrets, that's what this episode is going to be doing, and I hope you're excited. It's probably going to take me many hours to record this, but the episode itself shouldn't be very long. So, let me get started. Alright, so I am done with the first Pokemon. I got my Nidoking all the way up to level 100, and now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm playing this on an emulator, and it gives me an option to speed up the game, so let me kind of show you how that works. So right now I'm just walking normally, and if I push the speed up button, look at that, I can just fly across. So I did use that while I was going through the Elite Four to make things a little bit more bearable for me, or else this was going to take forever. So I didn't really time how long it took me, because it's not an accurate reflection of how long it actually takes. What I did instead was I counted how many runs through the Elite Four it took me. So it took me 11 runs through the Elite Four to get my Nidoking up to level 100. So let's take a look at him and also preview the next Pokemon. So there you go, there's my level 100 Nidoking, and he's very good. I also bought all of the stat items like the Carbos and the HP up and the Calcium and the Iron, so on and so forth, and fed him as much of that as I could. So here are his final stats: 261 attack, 240 defense, 264 speed, and 240 special, and he's got 354 HP. His final moves are Ice Beam, Earthquake, and Thunderbolt, which I had, and then I did replace the Horn Drill with Body Slam, which you get from the SSN, and the Body Slam was good, especially when fighting the Executor in the last battle against your rival. That move was able to one-shot him pretty quickly. So there's my Nidoking, level 100. So I'm going to deposit him in the PC, and my next 2 that are going to be going up are going to be the Mewtwo, and now you know the third Pokemon that's going to be on my team. It's going to be Snorlax. I love Snorlax. He's just a great Pokemon. Big, sleepy Pokemon. How can you not like that? He's a great tank. His HP is really high. He has really good attack. Very low speed, though, and his defense is alright. If you really want the best tank in the game, that's actually going to be Chansey, but Snorlax is pretty good. I really like him as a Pokemon, so he's going to be the third member of my team. Right now, I'm going to have Mewtwo running through the Elite Four and giving some experience to Snorlax. So we'll see how long it takes to get the Mewtwo from 78 to 100. Or, as I should say, I'll be counting how many runs it's going to take to do that. So, that's that. I'll see you when I'm done with this one. Okay, so after what feels like forever, I have completed the runs with the Mewtwo. It took me 16 runs through the Elite Four to get him to level 100 from level 78. Actually, I should say 16 and a half runs, because one of the runs I forgot to heal here before going in, and the health wasn't an issue. The issue was the fact that I didn't have any more PP on my moves, so I ran out of moves. I couldn't do anything, so that was a bit of a disaster. But yeah, about 16 and a half runs got me through. Took a long time, and so let me kind of show you what I ended up with. So here's the Mewtwo. 305 attack, 261 defense, 321 speed, and really where he shines is the 397 special. You can see he's a lot stronger than the Nidoking. Truly an epic Pokemon. And here are the moves I went with. Amnesia is a very interesting move. It raises your special. Now it's kind of useless for PVM or going through the game. Fighting the Elite Four doesn't really do much. What the move actually does is it increases your special. So I just left it in there kind of for fun. If I were ever to do any competitive play, which I really don't plan on doing, the Amnesia is awesome. If you do it once or twice, you're basically going to one-hit anything that your opponent throws at you. So I didn't really need a fourth move, so I kept it in there for fun. I went with the Psychic, of course. That's really where the Mewtwo shines. And I got him a couple of PP ups that I had in my inventory so that he can use Psychic 14 times. Got him Ice Beam. If you recall, Ice Beam is a TM move that you get at the top of Celadon City Market. If you give a drink to a girl, she gives you the Ice Beam TM. Now, you know that I put that on my Nidoking, so I had to go back to my Pokemon Blue, the one that I ran through in order to catch the version exclusive Pokemon. And so I traded this Mewtwo over there. I got the Ice Beam and then traded it back. Same thing with the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt you get by defeating Lieutenant Surge, and I used my Thunderbolt to teach it to Nidoking. So again, I got this one from the Pokemon Blue that I played through. Traded the Mewtwo over, taught the move, and sent him back. So that's where I got those moves from. So now I can finally reveal the fourth member of my team. It's going to be the Alakazam. Mewtwo is going into the PC. Snorlax is going to be taking over. He's only level 58, so he's probably going to struggle initially, but I'm going to be running with a lot of items, like full restores and things like that, just to get started. And he's going to be leveling up the Alakazam behind him. Alakazam is another Psychic Pokemon, and I should probably go ahead and say that I really like all the Psychic Pokemon in this game, and it's hard to pick. So I try to limit to just two, the Mewtwo and the Alakazam, but it's a good time to bring up some runner-ups that are not going to be in my final 16, but some Pokemon that I really like. For example, Mr. Mime. I really like Mr. Mime. I like Tauros. That's a cool one as well. Of course, all the legendary birds, Zapdos, Articuno, they're going to be some runner-ups as well. And yeah, I think those are all the runner-ups that I can think of for right now. But yeah, Alakazam, one of my favorite Pokemon growing up as a kid. I just really liked the aesthetics on him. So cool, with the bendy spoons and the mustache. I was just always drawn to this Pokemon, so he's going to be part of my team. He is very strong, actually. He has very good speed. He has very good specials in attack and defense. His defense and HP are not the best, but overall, he's a very strong attacker. He's a good Pokemon to start out your team with. So, yep, he is taking the number 4 slot. So for right now, we got Nidoking, Mewtwo, Snorlax, and Alakazam. So let me see how long it's going to take me to get the Snorlax from 58 all the way to 100. I'm beginning to dread doing this already, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go. Wow, okay, that one took a while, my friends. That one took a very long time, but finally I got the Snorlax up to level 100. Let's take a look at him. There he is. So I had to do something a little bit different with this. The Snorlax was not able to take on the Elite Four by himself. He didn't have the right moves in order to be able to deal with some of the Pokemon, specifically Agatha and all the Ghost-type Pokemon. It just was not a very effective fight for me, so I had to use the Alakazam as well. So basically, what I did is I was switching between these two Pokemon to grind the experience. So that's why the Alakazam is already all the way up to level 70, because I was using him a lot more than just using the Snorlax as a primary. So these two were kind of grinding the experience, and so this is the final Snorlax I ended up with. There you go, and you can see that he really shines in the HP department. He has 509 HP, he is a tank. His attack is 282, defense 192, speed 138, special 203, so the stats are not the best, you can see. But really, he's supposed to be a tank, and overall, just a really cool Pokemon that I like, so I want him on my team. And here are the moves that I went with. So Reflect is a very good move for Snorlax because it doubles the defense. So if you use this at the beginning of a fight, your defense doubles, and you really become a pretty big tank, especially with all that HP. So that's a great move, and I had to pick this one up at Celadon City. You can buy this TM at their department store. It's TM33. And then I got the Hyper Beam. So Hyper Beam, Snorlax learns naturally at level 56. So that's a pretty good, strong move as well. Rest is great because that will allow the Snorlax to recover his HP, again fulfilling the role as a tank. And then Body Slam is an excellent move as well that does a lot of damage and has a 1/3 chance of paralyzing the opponent, so that's really good as well. The Body Slam, Snorlax learns naturally at level 35 as well. So really the only TM I had to use on him was for the Reflect at 33, or TM33 I mean. So, yep, that's the Snorlax. He's done. And as you can see, I can finally reveal the 5th member of my team. It's going to be Lapras. Lapras is a very cool Pokemon. I think I said this when I initially caught him in the playthrough that as a kid I was always obsessed with the Loch Ness Monster, and Lapras has that bit of a vibe to it. So it's a nice water, ice type Pokemon to add to my team. Lapras also excels in the HP department. It's a very tanky Pokemon. It's got great special attack and defense. Its attack and natural defense is not the best, and neither is its speed, but it's a pretty cool Pokemon overall with a very versatile moveset. And again, I just really like the aesthetics of Lapras. So that's going to be the Pokemon I'm going to be leveling up with my Alakazam. And so that'll be that. Should take a long time to level these two. I think I'm going to have to be switching between them as well. We'll see if the Alakazam can handle the Elite Four by himself. I don't think he will. So I'll probably have to do a few runs with another level 100 Pokemon to kind of get things started. But we'll see again how long all this takes. Man, I'm running out of patience. I'm having to really hang in there to stay motivated to do this. I'm having fun, I'm not gonna lie. It's just I'm trying to get the episode done. So if I was doing this without like a time constraint, I'd be having more fun, but I'm just trying to power through this. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let me get started on this. Okay, finally done with the Alakazam. Similar to last time, I did have to bring out my Nidoking to help it out through the first few levels, but eventually I was able to just use it solo. I did bring out the Lapras as well a few times to help out. So, here we go. This is the Alakazam at level 100. Let's see how he ended up. And again, as a reminder, I'm using all the money that I get in these Elite Four battles to buy all the power-ups, like the iron and the calcium and the carbos and the HP ups and all that, and I max it out on these Pokemon. So, this is the Alakazam. Pretty low HP, 285, attack of 176, defense 161. Here's where he really shines though, the speed at 313 and the special at 339. So the speed combined with the special makes him pretty deadly because he can get off a quick attack and then also devastate it with his special moves. Here are his moves, by the way. The main one is going to be Psychic, of course. That's going to do a ton of damage to a bunch of Pokemon. As I've mentioned multiple times, and most of you probably know, Psychic Pokemon are completely overpowered in these first generation games. So I also gave him Seismic Toss, which is a pretty decent move that can be versatile for other type of Pokemons like Ghost Pokemon, especially when I was fighting Agatha. This came in handy. And the way you get Seismic Toss is through TM19, which you get on Route 25. Unfortunately, I sold mine, I think. I sold mine in this game, so I had to get it from the other version that I played. So I got my Pokemon Blue one. I went back on my Pokemon Blue, I picked it up, and I traded the Alakazam over, taught him that move. You know the drill by now. So, yeah, I went with the Seismic Toss. To recover, not very helpful for when you're just kind of running through the game, but it does give the Alakazam a lot more survivability. It allows him to recover half of his health. So that can also be pretty helpful since his defense and HP are not the best. And then finally, I gave him this move, Substitute, because I thought it would be fun. It's kind of a fun move. You pick it up through TM50 at the game center. So that's where I got it. And what it does is it creates a little substitute of your Pokemon that tanks all the damage. It gets a quarter health from your Pokemon, and it creates this little substitute that basically just acts as a punching bag for you. So it's kind of a fun move to play around with. I think it kind of fits the theme of Alakazam as well. He can kind of hide behind that and devastate his enemies with Psychic. So there's my finished Alakazam. Very proud of him. I like him a lot. And you already saw, so now the 6th and final Pokemon of my team is revealed. It's going to be the Moltres. I did want to go with one of the legendary birds on the team. To be fully honest with you, I think Zapdos is my favorite in terms of just aesthetics, but he's not as strong. His moveset that he learns is not as good, and I already have a lot of electric type Pokemon. I already have a lot of Thunderbolts going on, so I didn't want another electric Pokemon. I didn't have any fire ones, so I did go with Moltres, and I think I have an idea of the moveset that I'm going to be giving him, and I think he's going to be one of my most versatile and powerful Pokemon in the end. So we'll see. So I'm going to deposit the Alakazam, and I'm going to start leveling up the Lapras from 58 all the way to 100. I think this is going to take me a long time, and again, I'll probably need to use another one of my Pokemon to get him started on a few levels. But I'm excited about the Lapras because he can be very versatile as well. I can teach him a lot of different moves that should cover all of the Elite Four. But anyway, that's that. Let me go level up the Lapras, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, the Lapras is now level 100. Very exciting. Only one Pokemon left to go, so let me show you how my Lapras ended up. Let me look at the stats here. So where it excels the most is the HP, pretty high at 423. However, its stats are pretty decent, but not the best. Attack 239, defense 213, speed 182, and a special of 248. The other place where it really excels, in my opinion, is going to be the moveset. So this is what I ended up with: Blizzard, Thunderbolt, Surf, and Body Slam. So it makes it very versatile. It can deal with a wide variety of Pokemon, and really quite fun. Now, the Lapras also learns a lot of other cool moves as part of its moveset. So it can learn Hydro Pump, which is a really strong water move. It can also learn Ice Beam natively, and you know Ice Beam's good because I have it on a couple of my other Pokemon. So there's a lot of options with it, but this is what I ended up going with. I went with the Blizzard over Ice Beam just because I already have a couple of Pokemon with Ice Beam, so I thought it would be kind of fun to change it up a little bit. The Blizzard hits harder, but it also has a little bit of decreased accuracy. And of course, the PP on it is lower as well, so that's something to keep in mind. The Blizzard is from TM14 that you get at the Pokemon Mansion. I also went ahead and gave it Thunderbolt to make it more versatile and be able to destroy other types of Pokemon. And as you know, Thunderbolt you get by defeating Lieutenant Surge. And I already have 2 Pokemon with Thunderbolt, so in order to get another TM for this, by the way, it's TM24, I had to go back to Pokemon Yellow, which I played through to get some of the version exclusives, and get that from Lieutenant Surge. So trade the Lapras over, get the move, teach it, trade it back here. There you go. I gave it Surf just because it's a pretty strong move, doesn't miss much, does a lot of damage. And then the Body Slam, always a classic. Body Slam is one of the best moves in Generation 1 Pokemon in my opinion, with that 1/3% chance. 1/3%, that doesn't make any sense. 1/3 chance or 33% chance of paralyzing the enemy. So that's what I went with on the Lapras. I'm pretty thrilled with how it came out. So now there's only one Pokemon left to go. It's going to be the Moltres, and I think he might be able to solo the Elite Four. We'll see. I might do a couple runs with another Pokemon just in case, but now I don't need to do the EXP all item on me because Moltres can hog all the experience for himself. So let's see how this is going to go, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, my friends, I am done. The Moltres is level 100. Let's take a look at it. There it is. My entire team, A through Z. Let me show you how the Moltres ended up looking like. So pretty decent HP, 333. Good attack, 269. Defense, all around very solid. 233 on the defense, 238 speed, and 298 special. I really like the moveset that I ended up getting. So I went with Fire Blast, which you get from defeating Blaine and getting the Volcano Badge. And then Fire Spin, Moltres learns natively. He already comes with that move. And then the Hyper Beam I taught him. Again, that is a TM that you can buy at the Rocket Center. TM 15. And then Agility. The Agility Fire Spin combo is absolutely deadly, because the Fire Spin will trap the enemy. And then if you keep using Agility as well, you can make sure you always outspeed your opponent. And you can catch them in a death spiral pretty much. So they stand no chance. So yeah, that's the Moltres. Pretty exciting. The Agility, I don't know if I already mentioned it, but Moltres learns natively as well at level 55. So you may be wondering, what are you doing in Cerulean City Gym? Well, there are a few other things that I want to show for this 100% playthrough. And before I talk about those, you may notice that I have a few moves that have more PP than they should. Like the Hyper Beam and the Fire Blast have 6 instead of 5. That's because I used all the remaining PP ups I had in my inventory throughout my Pokemon. So I upped the Fire Blast, the Hyper Beam on the Moltres. I think I also upped the Hyper Beam on my Snorlax. And I just ended up using all the PP ups I had, especially on the moves that only have 5. Like, I think maybe the Blizzard on this, completely messed that up, but the Blizzard on this Lapras, I think I upped as well. Yeah, I upped that to 6, so that's that. So the other few things I want to do for this 100% playthrough is I promised that I would show me getting every single TM in the game, and I've gotten most of them, except that there are 4 that I did not show. So the Hyper Beam, which I bought a lot of, but I never captured the footage, unfortunately, so I need to show myself getting that. There's TM 23, which is Dragon Rage, and I also already got TM 50, but did not show that on screen, which is another one that you get at the Rocket Game Center. I got that one for my Mewtwo. So TM 15, 23, and 50, I'm going to show myself buying those with coins. And then there's also TM 18, which you buy at the Celadon Market, and you can't pick up anywhere else. And it is counter, it's the move counter. So got to show all that. And then the other things are, there's a few little Easter eggs once you catch all 151 Pokemon. So I want to show that. But as a little bonus, I want to show you something pretty cool, and that's why I'm at Cerulean City Gym. Believe it or not, in this game, if you kind of go around the game a little bit, you can actually fight Professor Oak. And I thought that would be an exciting climax to this thing. So it's not really intended for the game, and I don't really like to break the game, but I just feel like this episode's a little anticlimactic, so I wanted to add at least one battle on here. So one way you can do this a little bit more legally, you could say, is you can do that mute glitch that I did when I was playing through Pokemon Blue to spawn an encounter with Professor Oak. But in order to do that glitch, you need a trainer that you haven't defeated yet. But since this is a 100% playthrough, I've already defeated every trainer in the game. So the only way for me to do this is to use GameShark codes. So I'm going to do that just for the heck of it, just to show off that little battle. I'm going to use 2 codes. One of the codes is it resets all of the trainers here in Cerulean Gym so I can fight the trainers. And then the other code is going to be to change the trainer encounter to Professor Oak. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Let me get those activated. Alright, so I think everything should be set. Let's go ahead and do one final battle in Pokemon Red. Splash. I'm first up, let's do it. So the trainer retains all their normal dialogue, they just turn into Professor Oak, as you can see. Professor Oak wants to fight. And his team is always the same, so he's going to start out with a Tauros. And I'm going to try to show off my different Pokemon here, but I'm going to show you this Fire Spin, how deadly it is. Check it out. This Tauros is not going to be able to do anything, so the Fire Spin is going to do 1/8 of the damage. Unless it criticals, then it does more. So it hits 3 to 4 times, and if your speed is greater than your enemies, they can't do anything. They're just screwed. Nice. So he's going to send out Executor. I am going to change Pokemon. I'm going to try to show off all my Pokemon. I think he only has 5, so I'll be able to show 5 of them. I'm not going to show the Nidoking since he basically played this whole game. There's my Mewtwo. Let's see what I can hit him with. So probably the Ice Beam is going to be super effective here. The Psychic is not very effective against Executor. And then the third Pokemon is Arcanine. I will change Pokemon. Let's go ahead and bring out the Lapras. And let me throw the Blizzard on there because it's such a fun move. Nice. Fourth Pokemon is going to be the Blastoise. I do have Thunderbolt on my Lapras, which is great, but I do want to show off all the other Pokemon, so... let's do the Snorlax? Yeah, let's do the Snorlax, why not? And then... I guess let me do a Hyper Beam. I love the sound for that move. It's just so... It just sounds terrifying. It just sounds like a powerful move. And then Gyarados is going to be his final one, so let me change again. This time I'm going to finally show off the Alakazam a little bit. So I could one-shot him here with a Psychic, but I do want to show off that Substitute move, which is kind of fun, the TM50 that I'm going to show myself getting in a second. There it is. So you see it hits the little Substitute guy, but now I can use Psychic from behind him with my Alakazam. Very cool. And that's the fight. That's the end. So now I need to turn off my cheat, because if I don't, then I am still in the line of path of that trainer, and he's just going to automatically keep fighting me. So give me a second here. Okay, the cheat is off. And that's it. So now I am going to meet you at Celadon City to show a few other things. Alright, so now I am in Celadon City, and I just want to show a couple of things here. So number one, at the PC, once you have all 151 Pokemon, you can do Professor Oak's PC to get a rating. Access Pokedex rating system. Want to get your Pokedex rated? Yes. Pokedex completion is 151 Pokemon seen, 151 Pokemon owned. Professor Oak's rating. Your Pokedex is entirely complete. Congratulations. Cool. So that's that. And now let me actually go into the city and do a couple of things. Let me get on my bike. So again, I do need to get a few TMs here at the game corner. So the third machine has all the TMs. So the first one is going to be TM 15, which is Hyper Beam for 5,500 coins. So let me go ahead and purchase that. There you go. And then the next one is going to be TM23 for 3,300 coins, and that is going to be Dragon Rage, which is pretty good for some Dragon Pokemon like Dragonite or a Gyarados or something like that, but I personally don't use this move. Alright, and then there's one more, but I'm going to have to do a little editing, and I'm going to have to go buy a few more coins. Alright, I'm back. Man, I almost ran out of money. That would have been unfortunate. But here you go, the last TM of the game, TM50, containing Substitute, which I had already bought. But anyway, here's me actually doing it on screen. There you go. So that's all of that. Now, I did mention earlier that there was one more TM that I needed to buy at Celadon Market, TM18 for counter. I was completely mistaken. Actually, that's a TM I showed that I already got, and you get it by talking to one of the people in the department store. You don't actually have to purchase it. So with that being said, there is only one thing left to do, and it's going to be right here in the Celadon Mansion. So let me head up here. For those of you who are veterans at the game, you probably know where I'm heading to load up the final screen here for us. I'm going all the way up here to the top, to the little developer corner, and I'm going to talk to this guy here, and he will tell me, wow, excellent, you completed your Pokedex, congratulations. And you get a little diploma for catching all the Pokemon. Player Ren, congrats. This diploma certifies that you have completed your Pokedex. Game Freak. And with that, I have also completed the series. As promised, this was a 100% playthrough, so obviously I beat the game, defeated every gym leader, I fought every single trainer in the game, I read every single sign in the game, I picked up every item in the game, got every TM in the game, I did everything there was to do. I caught all 151 Pokemon, even playing through the version exclusive ones to catch those legally. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the series. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the save files for Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Yellow that I played through, because when I play the next generation game, which will either be gold or silver, I will probably need to move some of the Pokemon from this version forward so that I can catch every Pokemon there. So that's that. I had so much fun doing this. I hope you did as well. As always, it really helps me both for my channel growth and for my personal motivation. If you subscribe, if you like the video, if you comment, it means a lot to me. Thanks again, and see you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.